Good morning and Jai Hind children. We are discussing the chapter transportation of materials in plants and animals. And in previous class, we have finished the explanation of all topics of the chapter. Is it? And I hope that you understood all the topics of the chapter. As well as in my previous class, I have discussed the answers of oral question third. Alright, now today I am going to start the book exercise of the chapter. And the first book exercise of the chapter is choose the most appropriate answer. So in these questions, 4 options will be given. You have to tick the correct answer. Alright, so come to the questions. The question number 1 is, during transpiration, water is lost from the plant in the form of, get it? During the which process? Transpiration. The water is going to lost in this process. In which form? And the options are given: A. Water vapors, B. Liquid, C. Hydrogen and oxygen gas, and the D is steam. So yes, out of given these 4 options, the water is going to lost by transpiration process in the form of their vapors. Get it? So your correct answer will be water vapor, that is A. Okay? Now come to the question number 2. And the question is, the process of transportation of glucose in plants is called. The process of transportation of glucose in plants is called. What is the name of that process by which the glucose is going to move? Glucose is actually what? It is a kind of food. Okay, and this food is going to move to all parts of the plant body by a particular process. So the options are A. Transpiration, B. Respiration, C. Osmosis, and the D is translocation. Yes, so the name of the process is translocation. In translocation process, what happens? The food, that is the glucose, is going to transport all parts of the plant body. Get it? So your correct answer will be D. Now come to the next question number 3. And the question is, the thinnest blood vessel in the human body are. In our body, we have the different types of blood vessel. Is it that we have studied? We have arteries, we have veins, we have capillaries. These all are the blood vessel now. So among these all blood vessel, which one is thinnest? And the options are given: A. Arteries, B. Veins, C. Capillaries, and D. Any of these. Yes, so the correct answer will be capillaries. Capillaries are the thinnest blood vessels, and here at the capillaries, the materials are going to exchange. Get it? So the correct answer will be C. Now, the question number 4. Which of these is responsible for blood clotting? Children, you know the blood clotting now? When sometime we get hurt, okay, and skin get cut, so from that place what is occur? Blood is coming out. But after few times, few minutes, that coming blood gets stopped by itself. Get it? The blood will clot there on that particular injured part of the body. And when the blood get clot, so no blood is allowed to flow out. So this process of what? Stopping the flow of blood from the injured part of the body is simply known as blood clotting. And in the question, the same one is given. Which of these is responsible for this blood clotting? And the options are given: A. Red blood cells, B. White blood cells, C. Hemoglobin, and the D. Platelets. Yes, I hope that you all are aware about all the four options. Red blood cells, you know na? It is found in the blood, our blood. WBC, that is white blood cells, also found in our blood. Platelets are also a kind of cells found in the blood, and the hemoglobin is a kind of pigment which is present in red blood cells. So out of these four, the platelets are the cells which are responsible for what? Clotting of blood. Okay, stop the flow of blood from any injured part. Alright? So the correct answer will be D. Now, what is the next? Question number 5. And the question is, when you feel your pulse, what you actually feel is blood rushing through the. Children, remember we have discussed heartbeat and pulse. Is it now? Heartbeat is what? Heartbeat means a kind of sound produced from the auricles and the ventricles of the heart when the blood is going to pass through it. Get it? So that is the heartbeat. And the pulse, because of heart beating, the blood is flowing in our blood vessels. Get it? And that can be easily observed. Yes, from our what? Wrist. Here the blood vessels which are present in our wrist, we can easily observe about it. So actually this pulse of any person is what? It is the flow of blood in our arteries. When the blood flows in our arteries, that comes from the heart. Get it? So it have the high pressure, and that high pressure can be observed in the form of pulse. Get it? So where we can observe the pulse? In arteries. Alright? Now the next, question number 6. And the question is, blood cells that protect the body from diseases are. 4 kind of materials that we have studied in the blood. Okay. 3 kind of cells: red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and the 4th one is the liquid part, that is plasma, in which these all cells are present. So out of these 4, you have to tell that which blood cell protects the body from diseases. Yes, it is white blood cells. It acts as a fighter. That is why it is also known as what? It is also known as, white blood cells are also known as fighter cells of the body. Get it? Because it fight with the disease causing germs and help protect our body from diseases. Alright? So the correct answer will be B. Now, next, question number 7. The device used to hear the heartbeat is called a. Here the name of 4 different devices are given. That first one is thermometer, second one is stethoscope, third one is manometer, and the 4th one is microscope. And you all are aware about all 4 devices. Is it not? So out of these 4 devices, you have to tell that which one is used to hear the heartbeat. Yes, it is stethoscope, which are used by doctors generally. Is it not? Stethoscope. Rest of the 3 devices, thermometer is used for measuring the temperature. Sphygmomanometer used to measure the blood pressure. Okay. And the 4th one, microscope is, yes, is used to enlarge any smaller object. Is used to observe, is used to watch or see any smaller object in enlarged form. Get it? that is microscope. So our correct answer will be here stethoscope, which is used to hear the heartbeat. Get it? Now come to the next question number 8. And the question is, the loss of water through the stomata of leaves is called. Here you have to name the process by which loss of water in the plants occurs through the stomata. And the four options are given. The first one is wilting, second one is translocation, third one is transpiration, and the fourth one is transportation. Yes, so the name of the process is transpiration. In transpiration process, the excess water is going to lost in the form of water vapors through the stomatas. Stomatas are the small holes or openings present on the surface of leaves. Okay, so through these holes, the excess water is going to vaporized. Alright, and this process is known as transpiration. So the correct answer will be C. Now the question number 9. In the human urinary system, children, remember urinary system, a system of our body by which the waste material is going to separate it from the blood. The waste is going to filter from the blood. So that system is known as urinary system. So here in the question it's given, in the human urinary system, which of these in your opinion is the most important organ? What you think? What is your opinion? The most important organ of our urinary system, and the options are given: A. Kidneys, B. Ureters, C. Urinary bladder, and the D. Urethra. Yes, it will be kidneys, because kidneys have the small units, that is nephrons, and actually these nephrons are going to filter the blood, whereas rest of the three organs like ureters, it is a pipe-like structure which carry the urine. Okay, it does not help to filter the blood. Urinary bladder also help to collect the urine only. It is a bag-like structure, muscular bag-like structure in which urine get collected, and the urethra is the opening through which it's going to remove out. But the main function of filtration is done by kidneys. So it is the most important organ. Alright. So the correct option will be A. Now, the last question number 10. And the question is, which of the following are the tiny filtering units of the kidneys? Yes, just right now we have discussed now. The kidneys are made up of millions of small units, and these small units are known as nephrons. Get it? So both the kidneys, we have a pair of kidney. Both the kidneys are having excess number of nephrons in them, and they play the role of filtration of blood. Get it? So the correct answer will be nephrons. So this one is your all about the what? Book exercise A, that is choose the most appropriate answer from given options. Understood everyone? Children, one more thing, when you are going to give the answer of such kind question, you must have to know the reason why you are going to select A, why you are going to select D, why you are going to select C. What is the reason? Why not the three other options are you are going to select it? Okay, so you must have to know the reason why you have selected. Get it now? Very good. So this is all about your book exercise A. Clear to all? Anyone have any doubt or question, so you can ask. Alright, now come to the next book exercise B. And the book exercise B is what? Very short answer questions. And the answers conditions you have to give in? Yes, one word. Alright, so exercise A and exercise B you will do only in your book, not in notebook, because in A you have to mark the correct tick and in B you have to write only one word answer. So these you can easily do in your book. Alright now, so come to the question number 1, and the question number 1 is transportation of nutrients in unicellular organisms occurs by. Children, here you have to write the name by which or the process by which the transportation of the different nutrients takes place in unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms means the organisms whose body is made up of only one cell, single cell. So the different activities, different processes completes in such organism by the process of diffusion. Okay, so the transportation of material also takes place by the process of diffusion. Get it? You all knows about the diffusion process, a process in which materials moves from one side to other side on the basis of their concentration, and they will move from higher concentration to lower concentration. Get it? So this process is known as diffusion. Now come to the next question number 2, and the question is, through which process is water and dissolved minerals, salts transported from the roots to other parts of the plant? Now the question is here related to the plants. As you know very well, the roots of the plant absorb water from the soil. Okay, and as well as they also absorb the mineral salts which are dissolved in water. So both water and dissolved mineral salts gets taken up, are absorbed by the roots of the plant. After that, they are going to move, they are going to transport it to all the parts upside. Okay, in stems, in branches, in leaves, everywhere. So this process of movement of water and minerals from roots to all parts of the plant is known as what? You have to write the name of the process. And this process is known as, yes, ascent of sap. Ascent of sap. Means that transportation of water and mineral salts from roots to all parts of the plant. Alright. Now come to the next question number 3, and the question is, which tissue is involved in transportation of food in plants? Children, plants have two special tissues for the transportation. One is responsible for transportation of food and the other is responsible for transportation of water and mineral salts. These two tissues, kind of cells, group of cells are present. So here you have to write the name of the tissues in the plant which involves in the transportation of food, not water. Yes, so the name of these tissues are phloem. Okay, get it? And the second tissue is xylem. Xylem tissues in the plant. They are responsible for what? Yes, transportation of water and minerals. Now come to the next question number 4, and the question is, which tissue is responsible for the transportation of materials in the human body? In our body, how the different materials, it may be the nutrients, oxygen gas, carbon dioxide gas and the different other substances, okay, how they all transported, moved in our all body. So which tissue? Yes, the name of the tissue is blood. Blood is a kind of tissue. Okay, and this blood tissue is responsible for transportation of material in our body. Next, question number 5. In the heart, which chambers have thicker walls? The auricle or the ventricle? Two options are given for you. Auricles have thicker wall or ventricles have the thicker wall. Ventricles have the thicker wall, and the reason you must have to know, because the blood comes from auricles to ventricles from high what? Pressure. That time the pressure is more. So that is why, to bear that pressure of blood, the walls of the ventricles are thicker. Get it? Now, the next question number 6, and the question is, digested food, oxygen and carbon dioxide can pass through the walls of the capillaries. Once again, read out the statement. Digested food, oxygen and carbon dioxide can pass through the walls of the capillaries. Is it true or false? It is true, because capillaries are the blood vessel who have very thin walls, and through this thin wall of capillaries the different substances can be moved. Get it? The statement is true. Now come to the next question number 7, and the question is, which protein present in the red blood cells is responsible for the transportation of oxygen? Children, our red blood cells of blood have a kind of protein. It's red in color. Yes. And this protein, this hemoglobin, is responsible for what? Yes, transportation of oxygen, because it combined with oxygen molecules chemically, bind with oxygen and carry it to all parts of our body. Get it? Understood? So, question number 7, the name of protein is hemoglobin. Okay? Now, next, question number 8. The color of the red blood cell is due to the pigment. Again, the same question. Our red blood cells have a kind of pigment, okay, due to which what happened? The color of the blood looks red. So the name of that pigment is hemoglobin. Okay, and this hemoglobin is what? It is a kind of protein. Now, the question number 9. You do not fall ill every time harmful bacteria enter your body, because certain cells in the body can kill the bacteria. You understood this statement? Once again I am going to repeat. You do not fall ill every time harmful bacteria enters your body, because certain cells in the body can kill the bacteria. Okay, so name the cells. Children, you know that most of the time the bacteria are going to enter in our body as we inhale the air. So through inhalation, certain bacteria present in the air enter in the body. As we take food or drink water, so along with that some bacteria enter in the body. But every time we not fall ill, is it not? It means that something is naturally present in the body who is going to kill those bacteria. Alright. So these are the kind of cells present in our blood, and the name of these cells are white blood cells. to the next question number 10. The upper two chambers of the heart are and the lower two chambers are. You have to name the upper chambers of the heart and the two lower chambers of the heart. Human beings, we are talking about human beings. Our heart have four chambers, two chambers upper side and two chambers lower side. Is it? So two upper chambers, both the upper chambers are known as auricles and both the lower chambers are known as, yes, ventricles. Get it? Auricles and ventricles. Children, here you have to know that auricles are not the chamber present in lower side. They are present upper side. And ventricles are the chambers which are not present upper side. They are present in lower side. So must understand about it that the position of these chambers, auricles and ventricles in our heart. Alright? Understood everyone? Now, come to the next question number 11. And the question is, name the blood vessel which carry blood towards the heart. Towards the heart, not away from the heart. As we have the three kind of blood vessels, arteries, veins and capillaries. So which blood vessel carry the blood towards the heart? Get it? Yes, so these vessels are veins. And which vessel carry the blood from the heart? Arteries. So here you have to write the answer. Veins. Now, the next question is the stretching and relaxing of arteries with each heartbeat is felt as throbbing. When the arteries, when the blood goes in it and when the blood leave it. So kind of throbbing is observed. Get it? Throbbing means a kind of vibration observed. So this kind of throbbing in the arteries at the time of passing the blood is known as what? It is known as, yes, it is pulse. Get it? The pulse. Now, come to the next question number 13. And the question is, oxygenated blood is found on the which side of the heart? Oxygenated blood. Children, remember that. Oxygenated blood means oxygen rich blood. Okay. And deoxygenated blood means carbon dioxide rich blood. Oh, okay. Understood? So in the side, left side or right side, because we have one auricle and one ventricle in left side and one auricle and one ventricle in right side. Okay, so here you have to name the direction that left or right auricle and ventricle we have oxygenated blood. So what will be the correct answer? Left side. Alright. You can say that in left auricles and left ventricle, which kind of blood is there? Oxygenated blood is there. And in right auricle and right ventricle, deoxygenated blood is there. Next, question number 14. The solid part of blood is called plasma. True or false? Solid part of the blood is called plasma. It is false, and the reason? Because the solid parts of the blood is the blood cells like red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets. These are the solid parts, whereas plasma is the liquid part in which these solid cells are moving. These solid cells are present. Get it? So plasma is not the solid part, it is liquid part, and the statement is false. Alright, now come to the next question number 15, and the question is, hemoglobin combines with oxygen to form carboxyhemoglobin. True or false? When hemoglobin of the RBC, red blood cell, is going to combine with the what? Oxygen molecules, so the blood becomes oxygenated. Okay, it is not deoxygenated. So the question it's given, the hemoglobin combines with oxygen to form carboxyhemoglobin. No, it forms oxyhemoglobin. What it forms? Oxyhemoglobin. Get it? So the statement is false. Alright, everyone? Understood? Now the next question number 16. Veins connects arteries with capillaries. True or false? Veins connects arteries with capillaries. The statement is true or false? So children, remember that the diagram in which the arteries gets changed into number of branches, that is capillaries, and again all the capillaries get joined to form the veins. So you can say that the arteries and the veins, they both are connected to the capillaries. So the statement is true. Now the question number 17. The only function of sweat is excretion of waste product from the body. True or false? The sweating which occurs from the body surface, its function is only to remove the waste. No. Its function is also to cool the body surface. Alright. So the statement is false. Question number 18. Name the tiny filtering tubes present in the kidneys. Yes, you know very well the answer. Kidneys have the number of nephrons, which are the filtering units. Nephrons. Now the question number 19 is there. In lower animals, excretion occurs by from the body surface. Yes, you have to name the process by which what occurs? Excretion takes place in lower animals. So that process is diffusion. And the last question number 20 is, if someone's kidneys are damaged, so the doctors remove waste from the body by. So by which method doctor removes the waste material from the body? Yes, an artificial method of removal of waste, and the name is dialysis. Get it? The name of the process is dialysis. Alright. Understood everyone all the answers? Very good. So I hope that you understood all the answers, and now you have to complete it in your book only. Get it? Thank you and have a nice day, children.